TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond. TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Welcome. Hey family, how y'all doing? Talk Show Kings coming at you on another Sunday.
Absolutely.
Having big fun out on TV
Yes.
1061 out in Douglasville, Georgia.
Yeah.
Hey, today we actually sponsored, yo. Hey,
yeah?
hey, that's big time.
We got
sponsored
sponsored.
by Freedom
Well.
for Families, Wealth Mindset. The information is going to be popped up on the screen just
thank
momentarily.
you so much.
We want to
Appreciate
go
you
ahead and
guys,
give a
homie.
shout out to our executive producer, Mr. Felix Washington,
Felix.
our social media guru, Ms. Shantae Barksdale.
Thank you, Shantae.
And we want to
Yes,
give a
ma'am.
shout
Thank
out
you so
to
much.
Marcus Givens, our technical director. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time because we've been running out of time lately when we get to talking. What subject we want to get on first?
Well, we're going to introduce the King.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We're going to introduce the King, starting with my right.
King Mel here. Glad to be back in you guys' presence. Not going to say too much.
Absolutely. And I'm King Lundy. Thank you for watching the show. And like Doc said, we're going to get right into the show. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now, I don't know if
We
y'all
got on
paying
the chopping block.
attention, but Joe Biden came out his mouth with if you don't vote for me, basically, you ain't black.
Basically, that's what he
Basically,
said.
that's what he said. That's what he said.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you at all. I'm not kidding you at all.
Hold on. The Joe Biden?
The Joe Biden, the one
Vice
who was
President
Barack
Joe
Obama's vice president.
And
The one who's been a
what
senator.
did he say now?
He said, if you don't vote for me, basically, you ain't black.
You
know
got to
what?
be kidding me.
Well,
Nah.
Mel, you heard him say that too?
yeah, he said that with Charlamagne the God on a live thing. I think it was on Instagram. Wow. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
How
have
do
we
we
invited him to the
explain
barbecue?
that? How do we explain that to the people? Because I know they want to know.
Well, go ahead.
No,
touch
you
on it. Touch on it.
Mel, you started off. I'll let you start it off.
I mean, I kind of had, I was up in the air with me with that one.
Right.
I had to kind of try to see it from a standpoint of, okay,
Right.
yeah, he said that. And I get where people can be upset with, like, you know, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, right?
Right.
But basically, what the man was saying was, if you don't vote for me and you vote for Donald Trump, you pretty much hate yourself, because the people that, you know, that are up under Donald Trump, they don't like you because they're black. They
Right.
do things to you. It's been a crazy racist rhetoric been going on through this whole presidency. And when you look and say, remember the thing what happened in, what was it, Charlottesville, Virginia?
Yeah, right.
And he said, oh, well, there were good people on both sides. Have you ever seen a good neo-Nazi? I'm just asking. So I kind of get where he's coming
Nice
from
haircut.
a little bit. Huh?
The neo-Nazi got a nice haircut. That
Ooh,
bald
it's
with the shiny head.
tattooed right in the back of my head. I'm not dealing with y'all today, man.
Well,
Run it.
former Vice President Biden, as we all know, he spent his career fighting alongside for the African American community. He won his party's nomination by earning the vote and meeting people, especially black people. He went out into the neighborhood. He held black babies. He shook black hands.
Yeah.
But for him to make a comment as he did on the Charlamagne the God Show is, if you don't know whether or not you're going to vote for him or Donald Trump, you're not black. I'm appalled. I'm beguiled.
Oh, wow. Wait.
And I just don't know what else to say.
Because
Because I had strongly had pretensions to vote for this guy.
Okay.
And like Doc always said, don't vote for somebody because somebody else vote for him. Vote for him because of what you feel they stand for.
True.
And all along I felt that he stood for more than just the popular black vote. And now I'm seeing a side, Doc, that myself along with other popular black voters probably never saw this side.
Wow.
You can only camouflage it for so much.
that's a touchy one.
It ain't touching to me at all. You know, frankly, I'm not necessarily agreeing with him, but I'm agreeing with him.
Right.
In that,
Yeah.
right now, the choices are Donald Trump or Joe Biden.
Right.
We can agree on that, right?
That's what we
So
absolutely-
now, if you are black and you're seeing what happened to us, around us, through us, you see the blatant disrespect for the law, for the Constitution.
Right.
You see the way we've been treated. You see the current president does not want to even hang the picture or excuse me, does not want to unveil the picture
Yeah.
of the
Obama.
first
Yeah, I've
black
seen that.
Yeah.
president.
Seen
Right.
that.
So if my options are he or Joe Biden,
Yeah.
it's Joe Biden by a landslide with me.
Right.
Because again, if Trump is throwing puppies off of Stone Mountain
Right.
on CNN, Trump's voters are still going to vote for him strongly,
I believe
regardless of
that.
what. If we take some kind of moral high ground because Joe Biden feels like that he's been around us long enough to where he can now talk he can talk a certain way to us. We take some kind of moral high ground and don't vote for him, we might as well be voting for Trump.
Yeah.
Because Trump is going to win. Because
But-
his people
yeah.
are going to vote
But
for him.
and that's why I was saying I had to kind of weigh it up on both sides. I can see how some people feel that he hasn't been quote unquote invited to the barbecue.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I heard you
Right.
first 9 times you said that.
You feel me? Yeah. But I'm just gonna. I'm gonna repeat. You haven't been invited to the barbecue. But again, you have to see where he's coming from when he said, like you said, if you don't vote for me and you vote for Donald Trump, then you're not black. If you don't get out and vote at all,
Yeah.
then he still wins. You're not black. You have to understand. You have a person who's, like we said before, narcissistic. He's egotistical. He's a bigot.
You got tiny hands.
That as well.
He looks like a bag. You know, every day he comes out, he looks like a fresh bag of cuties.
Oh,
He's
man.
orange.
All they gotta do is let him talk. Okay.
Don't let him talk.
No, if you
God,
let
don't him talk.
Trump talk, he'll talk himself out of votes easily because
Yeah.
the true Trump shows. Now,
That's painful.
yeah, that's who he is though. After seeing what Trump's doing, now, my advice to Joe Biden is to be Joe Biden. Don't try to talk hip
Yeah.
because you're not hip.
Yeah.
Don't try to be cool
Yeah,
because you're not cool.
absolutely. Yeah.
Just be
be
you.
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Be who you are. One thing about the African American community is we respect keeping it real.
Yeah.
And keeping it real don't mean being a thug or being hard or anything
Nah,
like that.
not at all.
Keeping it real means be who you are on the inside. Joe Biden, you're not the guy who's going to come to the house and play dominoes
Right.
and talk shit. That's not who you are.
Absolutely.
So be you. The same way you
Absolutely.
speak normally, speak to us that way. I don't expect you to come with some kind of demeanor, some that you feel is pro African American.
Facts.
In fact, we don't want that from you. What we want from you is what your policies are going to do for the
Yeah.
African American financial state, for the African American educational state,
Facts.
for the African American family system.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about the? You said it in the video about how there is systematic racism in the American
Yeah.
laws and American policies. What are you going to do about that? That's what we want to hear from you.
Well,
All
okay,
that other
now-
stuff you can keep.
Right. Now, I will say this, people, and understand this very clearly. And this is what I feel. The comments made at the end of the Breakfast Club interview were in jest.
Exactly.
And what I mean by that, but let's be clear, that what the VP was saying is that he was making the distinction that he would put his record with the African American community up against Trump's at any period.
Yeah.
And of course, if we put his record up
Yeah,
against Trump
definitely.
and what he's done for the
There's
black
no
people,
comparison.
There's no comparison.
Exactly.
So basically, what he's saying is, what I've done, my record is an indication, and you're not black if you don't vote for me, which is a
Yeah.
comment that he should have made, but it's made.
Yeah.
And if we do not vote for him, and say we're angry and we're upset, and we're not going to vote for him, where does that leave us?
Exactly. That
It
puts
leaves
Trump
us
back in
the way we're already at.
Absolutely.
I'm
Right
not
now-
appalled at all myself.
Right, like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
look, I get where, like I said, where some people are mad. They feel like it's, like I said, that he's
Yeah.
not one of us. He shouldn't have said that, or he addressed us as though, you know,
Right.
that we owe him something. That's how they probably felt, like we owe you our vote. But again, the other hand, like you said, put my record up against his,
Right.
and there's no comparison. 'Cause you're gonna go. Remember way back when they made a documentary about the Central Park Five.
Yeah, they exonerated
Remember that?
five, what they
And they
call them.
exonerated.
Now.
And
Right.
back then, when they said they weren't guilty, Donald Trump wouldn't even issue an apology. He said, "Well, they did something."
To this day, he
To
won't
this
issue
day,
an
he
apology.
won't. He took out a
said that-
full-page
yes,
ad
calling for the death
For the
penalty.
death penalty to come back,
Yes.
because he just knew that those guys did it because she said that they did it.
Right.
No,
But
she
when-
didn't say that.
Well, who said? Who
She
said?
didn't say that they did it.
Who was it? Was the officers?
The police officers,
officers,
put
yeah.
those boys,
The
put those
officers.
five,
Those boys,
yes,
yeah.
put those 5 young boys, didn't
Right,
feed them
right.
for 2 days, question
Exactly,
them without an
and
attorney
coerce
or their
them into
parents.
signing a
Exactly.
statement.
Exactly.
And again, you still didn't say anything about it. There was a point in time where the apartment complexes of the community that he owned wouldn't even rent
Exactly.
to African Americans.
He's been
Right.
sued by African Americans.
Yeah, so many times. So
Yeah.
when I see people like Candace Owens or
Please.
the minister Daryl
Right.
C. Scott,
Right.
who said that Trump is the most pro-black president he's seen in his lifetime.
He blind.
No, we just
I
want to.
mean, mind blind.
We, the black delegation, would like to trade him.
We don't switch him for him.
We would. What's the lady's name that was in Seattle and Washington up there in Washington State that was portraying to be black but she was white?
I don't know.
We would take her. We would take her and trade this
Female
pastor.
president.
Yes, because if Trump is the most pro-black president you've ever seen in your lifetime,
Then you ain't been paying attention.
whoo!
Alphonse Johnson, Shamika White, you two were the early birds. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate
Always.
you.
What's
Hey,
up,
Tyree
Alphonse?
Rand, what's up, Reed? We appreciate you. Alphonse hit up his brother Artie, told him to come on. Angie's watching us. Alphonse, Charlemagne reaction was perfect. Angie says looking like Dapper Kings. We appreciate you, Angie. Alphonse, we say the same thing. We are appalled because a white man said what we've been saying.
Absolutely.
Yes. White
Yeah.
people, hey, there are certain things that are
Yeah.
that you can say to your brother Artie that I can't say. And Artie and I are thick as thieves.
Yeah.
But it's certain things that you know are relegated to the relationship.
Certain
and he
lines
don't have that
can't be
relationship with
crossed.
us.
And especially to the race, period.
Well,
within
that's what I mean
itself.
by the
Yeah,
relationship.
Absolutely.
KJ watching, Kenneth D. Wilson Jr.
lines
Angie,
that
I
just-
just don't understand how
blurry.
minorities can rally for Trump. Exactly. Anybody with half a mind don't see how they can rally for Trump.
Right. Seen the Mexican
He
guy that
doesn't
was
care
doing
about
that.
you. He only cares about the 1%. You talking about Trump? I agree 100%.
Definitely.
I think those coal miners in WV, West Virginia,
Uh-huh.
finally got the wake-up call. This dude ain't riding for them. I agree. Sure
you
enough,
know?
Hobo Scratch. Happy Memorial Day, Kings. I appreciate it, fam.
Oh, thank you.
so
Happy
much.
Memorial Day,
Yeah.
sir. Be safe out
Alphonse.
there.
All hell Joe Biden. I ain't going that far.
Not all
Geneva
hell,
Lundy.
Joe.
Geneva
fishing.
Lundy.
Hey,
Geneva
mother,
is
love
watching.
you.
Oh,
Angie.
Mother Lundy.
No,
Definitely.
we trade Carson. Ain't that the truth? You spoke truth just then, Doc. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. We try to speak truth all the time. At least we
Yeah,
try to,
yeah.
give our opinions as far as what
Yeah,
we're thinking.
everybody has an
And
opinion.
he still hasn't chosen a running mate yet. Now everybody wants him to pick a black female.
America.
A
And
black
I think that's
female.
going to be key too, Doc.
Well, I don't
You
know
know,
because
yeah.
unless he picked
But-
Hitler,
Yeah.
Joe Biden, there's no way I can vote for Trump.
Yeah.
There's just no way I can
Yeah,
see him in
yeah,
office
right.
with the way he's
Yeah.
treated us, with the way he's flat out disrespected us time and time again.
Right.
Just like he was talking about going to Baltimore for Memorial Day.
Right.
Well, did he call Baltimore a shithole? Did he
did.
say Baltimore
He
had
did.
rats and roaches and it was
And he
infested
talked
with
about
crime?
When he was talking to the guy, the representative
about
that
the
was from
mayor.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
He was
Listen,
talking about the mayor of Baltimore.
Listen,
yeah.
He was talking about he was
you-
talking to the congressman.
if you just vote for Trump, listen,
The one that
you,
died.
you know,
Yeah.
me and you can't be friends simply because, look, you can see the man's agenda. You see it's racist. You see it's bigoted. You see it's for the top ones. Listen, black or white, he doesn't care about poor people. When is the last time that you seen Donald Trump come to a city that was poor?
Right.
Donald Trump
I have.
Donald
you
Trump
know,
is.
I just want to put his face in the
African-American.
produce section. It's just
Therefore,
orange.
a lot of
Sorry
a lot
about
of
that.
people
I'm
are
sorry.
going to vote for him
Yeah.
because he's anti-African American. People hated Barack Obama just because of who he was,
Right.
because of the color of his
Uh-huh.
skin. So regardless of what he did,
Right.
people will say all kind of nonsense.
Right.
Just like this break
Somebody
we got to go
said
to
that-
is nonsense. But we'll
Exactly.
be back in a minute.
But when
family.
they
Break
come back
nonsense,
from
but
break,
Uh-huh.
I want to ask the question.
Okay.
Is can Joe Biden say anything to make us not vote for him? And we'll be back.
Yes, he could.
Today's world exposes our youth to life experiences that are well beyond that which their years should allow. Violence, trauma, poverty, injustice. our children's lives and their livelihoods are in constant danger. Wisdom, Inc. is a community-based organization designed to save young lives by reducing violence and assisting youth in their personal development. Wisdom stands for wise individuals structuring and developing youthful minds. Through our collective wisdom, we can change lives for the better. Wisdom, Inc. Reducing violence, developing youth, saving lives.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hey, you saw the commercial. Hit up Burke's Jeweler out on Flat Shoals and get yourself some.
Yeah, I was coming, Birch. It didn't happen.
It didn't happen. I'm just saying, these earrings ain't fake. I don't wear fake jewelry. It breaks my skin. But, okay, back to the topic we were discussing. We were discussing Joe Biden. Yeah. And you wanted to bring up a question. What question was that?
I did, and I want you all to chime in and send out some messages so that we can get your feedback. The question that I asked is there anything that Joe Biden can say that would make you as a black person not vote for him and give Trump an advantage of not having that black vote because of something that Joe Biden say? Is there anything that Joe Biden can say?
That is an extremely deep question.
Right.
Because there are certain things that Joe Biden could say that if he was in front of me, I would slap the taste out of his mouth.
Right.
Pretty much.
But I can't see 4 years of Trump. I can't see 4 more years of Trump. Trump is a criminal. And just like I said before he was elected, if he's not re-elected, then the statute of limitations won't run out on his tax
You
evasion.
mean from the Southern District of New York?
Exactly.
They're coming for him. He has to win.
Exactly. If he wins, then he goes past. He surpasses the statute of limitations for tax evasion and tax fraud.
Yeah.
But if he loses, Trump is going to jail.
Yeah,
I said that before, and I stand by it.
The Southern District of New York, they are involved, and they somebody reported on this. I forgot the lady's name. They reported on this. I think about a year or so back. She reported. She said this right here, this election right here, this is a must win, because if he does not win this election, as soon as he walks off the White House lawn,
so they can't touch a sitting president.
You can't touch a sitting president.
In all actuality, they can.
Right.
But he's being protected. Because the Senate, he was supposed to be impeached.
Right.
He really was.
Yeah, absolutely.
You cannot have a trial with no witnesses. Yeah. That was BS from the pit.
But they knew that.
And exactly. That's why McConnell needs to go. Mitch McConnell needs to be out of office.
Mitch McConnell is a racist bigot too, but we're not going to touch on that right
Alphonse, hell no. We need to rally like Trump supporters. They voted for him no matter what he said. I feel you on that one. And there are things that Biden could say that will piss me off. But I agree with you. I cannot see 4 more years of Trump. And you know the reason the reason Richard Nixon didn't go to jail is because the following president pardoned him. That's why he didn't go to jail. Joe Biden has already said he is not pardoning Trump.
Right.
So if Trump is not elected, Trump is going to jail. You can bet your bippies on that.
Look, there may be some things that can make you not want to vote for him.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is, man, listen, if you don't vote, period, that's a win for Trump. It's an all-around win. So, like you said, you can't let anything make you angry enough to not get out there and vote. You may not want to vote for Joe Biden. He may not be your cup of tea, but it can't be worse than what we have in there right now. It's like this presidency is laced with cyanide. It's poisoning everything that it touches. Seriously.
I agree with you, but I don't think Joe Biden, I don't think that one comment can erase his record.
Right.
Erase all the things he's done. And I don't think Joe Biden has been pro-black his whole career. I really don't. I strongly don't. I think that Barack Obama picked Joe Biden because he was the most Republican Democrat in the House of Representatives at the time.
Right.
Joe Biden has always, not always, Joe Biden has walked that line between Republican and Democrat. So I think Barack Obama chose him because he made
he was a bipartisan candidate, basically.
Less scary to some voters.
Yeah.
That's why I think he picked Biden.
Yeah.
I don't think Biden has been a champion for black people.
And again, I think that the vice president that Joe Biden picks to be on that ticket to run with him is going to play a major role in continuing the support that the black community is going to give him.
Okay,
I really feel that way.
So with this being said, and we've heard talks of him saying that he's gonna pick a woman, right?
A black American woman.
Black American
Yeah.
woman. Now, does it make a difference if he picks a woman if she was white, or does she have to be black in order for him to secure this presidency?
I think the mindset right now of the black community is they want a black woman as vice president, and I tell you why.
Okay.
So many black women are up and coming in politics now. We got black women governors, black women mayors.
True.
There were several black women on the ticket, on the Democratic ticket, that was running for the president that eventually dropped off. So we are looking forward to seeing another one. And I tell you, the name keeps circling the circular is Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams.
Absolutely.
Me, personally, I would like to see Governor Cuomo as his running mate.
Yeah.
I don't mind Stacey Abrams. I know he wanted Michelle or Barack Obama.
Yeah.
He would choose them first. He already said that.
Right.
But I would like to see Governor Cuomo.
Right.
Because I think Governor Cuomo is fair and just, and I think that he should run for president when it's not against Biden. Go ahead, then I'm going to get to a few comments.
I mean, listen, me personally, I would have preferred to have seen Michelle Obama run.
Right.
I really would have, because I know that she has the intellect and the following to bring people together, you know, all the way across the aisle. She's never been, you know, when you see a person who's been in the spotlight like they have, and this woman has been called all kinds of names, from a man to monkeys and gorillas and this and that and all kinds of stuff, but she still never stooped to the level that Donald Trump does as far as picking at people and demeaning people and everything else.
What would make her?
Yeah, I've never seen
make her a good vice president? Because you got to understand, the person that is picked for vice president, if something happens to the president, they become president.
Okay.
Would Michelle Obama have the credibility? Would she have the knowledge? Would she have the intellect to be over the entire
Ivy League grad?
Yeah, I'm going to say
but that
yes.
does not make her president.
No, Ivy League grad doesn't make her that.
What does?
Well, I will say this.
I'm not trying to be funny. That
running the
best thing,
running the world,
the smartest thing any president can do is to get good people under them.
Right.
If anybody thinks that the president himself or themselves, I apologize for that gender, for themselves can go in there and run the country, then they're sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
One of the biggest faults for Donald Trump, and one of the reasons why he seems so ignorant when he speaks, is because he doesn't follow his advisors, and he picks terrible advisors.
Right.
Everybody knows Miller. I can't think of his first name, but Miller's so racist, it's ridiculous, and he's Jewish. So anytime somebody tries to say something, Stephen Miller, anytime somebody tried to say something about him, well, you're now being anti-Semitic. No, I don't have anything against Jews. But what I do have something against is this racist guy who Trump uses as his advisor.
I think that Michelle Obama, personally, I think that she would have made a great president, simply because, look, not only has she been there and knows the inner workings of the White House, right? This was a woman who had Barack Obama's back. Whenever he spoke and had something to say, whenever she came around and spoke, you couldn't say, well, maybe she should have been quiet or whatever, because she always had something informative and was moving in a positive direction. Right now, Donald Trump is married to a woman who barely speaks English, right? You hardly ever hear from the First Lady.
She gave a great speech. When she
that plagiarized speech.
Did you use Michelle Obama's speech?
Yeah, that plagiarism.
She did a great speech.
You know,
the inauguration.
it's called the playbook, not the plagiarism book. And so I'm thinking that, you know, Michelle Obama, being that she has that experience You know what I mean? And she's the kind of person, she's going to shoulder the load or whatever it is. Yeah, it's going to be extremely heavy. It's going to be a burden. It's going to be a lot that people are going to disagree with. But I guarantee you that woman right there, with her knowledge and the way she carries herself, she could bring it all together, and it won't be about what she's going to pick people who listen. You're going to have to make what we're doing look good and be for the people.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
Let me get some of the comments. Let me get some of the comments. Kat Davis, want to thank you for watching.
Hey, Kat.
Angie says, easier said than done. 30 million didn't vote last election. I feel you. If 30 million don't vote this election, we might fool around and have Trump again. Because you know he won by negative 2.8 million votes.
Right.
So he won with minus 3 million votes.
Yeah, it's the electoral. It's that crazy electoral collegiate system they have.
Needs to be a female. Break these barriers. I understand what you're saying, Angie, but on that same note, Governor Cuomo is the truth. I would love for her to be black. I feel you on that one. I would too. Hey, Dolores Martin, thank you for watching. No offense, we had enough white men. I ain't mad at you on that one, but I'm not really going for color so much as going for the best candidate. And in my opinion, Cuomo would be a better running than Biden. That's my opinion, though. Doc Moore, if his running mate is Cuomo, this is Alphonse, the shit is over. He wins hands down. I feel you on that one.
Right.
Oh, be careful, King Lundy. You sounding real haterish. Michelle more qualified than Trump. I'm more qualified than Trump. I'm sorry. We need you black men to rally behind the black woman. Yeah. I feel you on that, Angie. And the black woman, you know, I worship the black woman. The black woman is closest thing to God on earth, in my opinion. So I take nothing from her by any stretch of the imagination.
And don't get me wrong, I take nothing from Michelle Obama. I think that she would be a great candidate, but you got to understand that the way she feels herself, maybe she's overwhelmed, you know, or could be overwhelmed to have a position in such that manner. And pretty much she wants nothing else.
I don't think she wants it, because if she wanted it, then she would have come out already.
Yeah, she would. But I know why she didn't want to do that though. Like, if once you've done this for 8 years and you've been under this kind of scrutiny and the microscope, you want to live your life away from that. And just if you so choose to step into it, then so be it. But you know, that's a lot of stress. You watch Barack Obama go in 8 years. That man went from black hair to a head full of gray. It was snowing.
You see when they posted that picture of him on Instagram with the gray beard, the gray and black beard, shut the internet down.
Yeah,
we wouldn't love them some Barack. I got the gray and black beard. I'm just saying.
Geneva
Lundy says, you better believe Michelle could do better than Trump. Nobody arguing with you on that one at all. It's just we agree 338%.
That's my mother. And Mom, you're absolutely right. I think she'll do great.
Much better than
Mother Lundy, Trump. I agree. I promise you. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
The saying that black men need to stand behind black women, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. I always say we need to uplift sisters.
This is the presidency.
So they hit me in the chest, Angie. I thank you for it. Thank you for that.
This is the presidency that you have. I seen a meme one time that said, or I seen somebody say, it says, Donald Trump is the first president where you can see naked pictures of his wife on the internet before you see his tax returns. Now, that is real talk, and it's just that sad. Where have these tax returns been? Where have you seen them at? You have not seen them, but you can find pictures of his wife modeling posing nude on Google. Wow. Come on now. That's a strong statement.
I'm not going to attack melanoma Trump because of melanoma.
Melancholy. Melania.
Oh, that's what I said. Melanin. I'm not going to attack melanin Trump cancer because of Donald. If you ever see the two of them interact, it seems like she openly flirts with the Secret Service.
Yeah.
Anytime that Donald Trump, they're together, the minute he's not facing her, that smile drops. When he's facing her and doing whatever to the crowd, she'll smile all big.
Right.
The minute he turns his head, she looks like
she's a model.
Like somebody done farted.
She was a model.
Yes, so she knows how to fake it.
It seems more like a business marriage anyway.
I feel you on that. Because we shouldn't be scrutinized if she's qualified. She is just like Hillary. was. I agree. I think she'd be better than Hillary.
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
Yeah,
my personal opinion,
definitely.
we got to go to break.
Yeah.
Hey, don't that suck? I think Felix cheating us out of time.
Again,
I think he cheating us out of time, y'all. Y'all need to hit up Felix Washington and tell him to stop.
I didn't say this, Felix.
I did. We'll be back in a minute,
All right,
family.
man.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Welcome back to that same old place that we laughed about. Check this out, family. We finna change the subject because, you know, we want to... Whoa.
Yeah.
What you got to say, Lonnie? We need to
What
pay
I
a little
have to
bill.
say is that during these times that we're going through, we're all suffering from the same instance. We're going through the COVID-19. We're experiencing difficulties as well as the next person. But we want to continue to give you a dynamic show. I'm King Lundy of Talk Show Kings, and I'm asking for your support. A small or a medium or a large donation to help us out here at TV 1061. If you would be so kind as to give us a donation, and you can send it to Cash App, $TV 1061. We will be so appreciative, and we'll continue to give you more, and we ask you for your continued support throughout this coronavirus COVID situation. Help us as we help you bring you the good topics from Talk Show Kings. We're having big fun here on
TV 1061 out in Douglasville, Georgia.
Absolutely.
Check this out, right? We flipped the coin and it didn't land on Big Head, it landed on Tails. So we gotta go with his topic. My topic, we're gonna do the last segment. What's your topic, bro?
Brianna.
Wait. Listen, I thought we were going to go with your topic.
Okay, well, we're going my topic. We're going my topic. Forget the coin, we're going my topic. Okay, my topic. Okay, now, I don't know how many of y'all know of, I want to say her name is Tiana Taylor, but she and her guy decided to give each other a list of all the names of people they had been intimate with.
Wow.
Yeah, to make their relationship stronger, to make their marriage stronger.
Right.
Now, that blew my mind. Okay, I can only speak for me, but ain't no in hell. That when I get with her, she's a virgin, because my imagination is much too vivid for me to have a list of men that my woman has been with.
Right.
That just and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong or indifferent. I'm saying I'm honest. And honestly, that's some shit I don't want to know. So how you feel about that? Do you feel like, a list would be something that would make your relationship stronger, would make somebody what if their list is like an unabridged dictionary? They give you a list.
Their list is this long, and your list is that long.
I just want to go on record as saying, I said this is a hornet's nest.
Man, hornet's nest, we got to talk about everything. We got to be able to talk about it, right?
This is me.
So what you think? What you think out there? I mean, because some people think that, hey, it does make it brings trust, because now you're not standing talking to somebody and you don't know that somebody in that room has been with your significant other, your spouse or your girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever you do. I
mean, look, if you're comfortable enough doing that, that's fine. By all means. I'm not doing that.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Right.
Sir, I was
you stuttering and stuff? I don't know you stuttering.
I've been a thought McStuffins in my day. Listen, it was I've had my Go ahead, King Randy, go ahead.
You have to ask yourself, is honesty the best thing to bring to a relationship? And on my radio show, Living the Married Life, I tell people that when you are entering into a relationship, honesty is always the best policy to bring to the relationship, because you have an open door policy with your mate. And if you're open and she's willing to accept your openness, and keep in mind, it takes a strong kind of man and a very strong kind of woman to accept that you had flaws, you've been there, you've done that.
Okay.
It's after the relationship develops that people should concern themselves. You never knew, I never knew before I met, my significant other, anything about her. So when I came into the relationship, I said, hey, listen, we need to talk. I ain't always been this guy. I've been so many other guys before. As a matter of fact, I've done this and I've done this and I've been there and I've been there. Now, if you want to accept my honesty, we can move on.
Wow.
But if not, then that's what we'll stand still until you can accept it, or hey, listen, then maybe I'm not the guy for you. So that honesty is the best policy ever.
God's unchanging.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Let's just put this hypothetically speaking.
Right.
So say you meet this person, you go on dates with this person, you interested in this person, Just say you met this female, and you having this open door policy, right?
Right.
And when you have this open door policy, you having this talk about how many people she's been with.
Right.
What if she happens to give you a 3-digit number?
Okay.
And I'm not talking about 93.7. I'm talking about like 100 or whatever. Now, what do you? I mean, because this is the same woman. Now you guys can go get tested and all that. That's great. I respect that. I understand that, right?
Right.
But will that change how you look at her?
Well, as I said, it takes a strong kind of person, a strong male and a strong female to be able to put aside. And you definitely got to understand that was her past.
Okay.
You don't want nobody to judge you in your past. You know why? Because the Bible makes it simple. Okay. The Bible says, judge not, be judged not. Yeah. So anytime you go into a serious monogamy, now, you know, if there's something, you know, that you're not going to be serious about, a lot of stuff you do keep to yourself. There will be no need for you to say, well, hey, I did this and I did that. But if you're serious, and she's serious with you, open your mouth and say something.
Hell to the no. I ain't trying to hear that. I did see in the Bible where it says, judge not, lest you be judged.
Right.
I ain't trying to. If she wants to know,
right,
I will write her a list. I tell her whatever she wants. I'm not ashamed or anything like that of the number of women I've been with or who they are. If she wants to know,
what do you have to write it down or not?
Don't want to know.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest. I'm not strong enough.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I am.
That's what I just said.
If she and I are out,
kind of
right?
person.
She and I are out somewhere together. We're in a restaurant.
Right.
And I see one of her exes, and he's sitting there or whatever, and he's at the bar, and he smiles at her. I'm gonna have to go and whoop his ass right there on the spot.
Wow.
Simply because I think that because I'm immature, because because I'm not strong, because whatever the fuck you want to say.
That's what it's gonna fall down to.
It pissed me off.
Put your hands on that, man.
The thing is cake.
Listen.
Only thing I can't do is my heart start beating and I keep living.
What I will say is this:
if he's been with my woman and he's been with her dog, I ain't trying to get over before you.
So here's another question. Here's another good question about that part.
Where y'all at, family? Y'all need to
what if you decide to ask her? Because, you know, some men have this complex. Not me. They have this complex. They want to ask him, well, was he bigger than me? Right? Or was he this, that, and other? They say, no. You have men who ask these questions. I'm not one of those.
No. You keep saying, what if this and that? You answer these motherfucking questions too.
Okay. So listen. I don't ask that question. I don't want to know those questions. Because you might have been with somebody who was around there slinging 13 or 14. Listen, I ain't even finna try to tell you I can do nothing like that with you. So I don't ask no kind of questions. I stay where I'm at.
Stay in your lane.
You stay in your lane because just like when she asked you, well, you know, if a woman asks you, well, am I the best you ever had?
Of course she's gonna tell you, yeah.
I can't lie like that, cause I done had a female that, boy, listen, to this day. So listen, and I'm being real, but you got to understand, this is why you don't enjoy who you with while they enjoying being with you. Because when you go to doing that right there and digging up all this stuff that put insecurities into play, it affects the relationship in a way that it wouldn't have necessarily if had you to just left the hell well enough alone.
Yeah.
I don't see a need to know. I don't see a need to dredge up the past.
And a lot of people don't.
That don't matter.
Right.
Because nothing in the past matters. Right now, if you with me, are you going to be with me?
Yes.
Are we going to be together and try to figure out this shit? Excuse me, I done started cursing and stuff. Are we going to be together and figure out this thing called life? Are we going to say that, you know, come hell or high water, we're together and we're going to try to help each other, you know, be the best people that we can.
Right.
And I'm going to be faithful to you. You're going to be faithful to me.
Right.
Everything in the past is in the past. Like I said, I wouldn't hide anything from my woman. If she asked me. But there's several things that I'm not going to ask her because I don't want to know. There's like if you knew how many women had been raped before in their life. When I was little, okay, I ain't finna start crying. I might. If I do, just forgive me. When I was little, my mom, my aunts, and my grandmother was at a table.
Yeah.
And my grandma had a long hall in her house. I went to the restroom down the hall. Well, on my way back, I heard all of them talking. Each one of them had a story about how they had been raped.
Yeah.
Each one of them. My mom, my grandmother, all of my aunts, all of them had a story about how they had been raped. And when my grandmother told hers, I came out running, crying. I was hugging her. I was telling her I'm sorry, this, that, and the other. It broke my heart. And that's one of the reasons why I cherish black women so much today and why I would defend them with my life. But it's like, if my woman was to tell me that it could have been before I knew her. It could have been while she was a kid. If I was to ever see that person,
you're going to want to do something to him.
It's on. So there are certain things I just don't need to know because I can't handle it, and I know I can't.
And this is why we tell people, okay, unless it has something to do with something like that, like the rape situation that happened years ago, and you brought it up now to oust the person whoever did it to you, right? But if you're a male or a female that has been raped before, right? That traumatic experience, that demon, that burden you carry, deal with that before you try to get into something, because the person that you're gonna be with, it's gonna make it hard for you to allow them to actually love you. Now, again, like you said,
there's questions that I don't know the answer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why that's
right. And I'm gonna say this.
If she wants to talk to me about it,
then
I would
I'm gonna
listen.
say this right here. I'm
gonna
gonna add to this as well. As we as black men, as we begin to age and we begin to grow and mature, that maturity level that you have now is going to get stronger, it's going to get better. I'm a little bit more older than you guys, so my mindset and my maturity level, it won't even take me there. You know, it won't even take me to where she's been and how long she's been there. What my mindset takes me to now is the now. Is what I'm experiencing now.
Well, I must have some kind of maturity too, because I'm saying that's the same thing with me. I want to enjoy today.
You don't even care
about
about
what are your dreams? What are your hopes? What do you want to do? How can I help you do that? But I don't want.
You want to know?
I don't want a woman in my house.
Can you face credit?
I don't want my woman to get with me and lose her dreams. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my woman to get with me and now she can't do whatever she was trying to do.
Well, what you think gonna happen if you run into one of her ex and beat him up?
I don't know. My knuckles gonna be so
big. Just do that.
Your girl gonna be without her man for a couple months or whatever.
Oh yeah. You know how much ass I done whooped in my life? I ain't never been to jail.
That's not. I'm saying times have changed now. You can't tell somebody now.
Okay. So you know, believe that you want to.
My thing is,
we gotta go to break.
Exactly.
Break already?
Yeah.
Enjoy the person
that you love and the person you
exactly.
Enjoy that time.
Hey,
ain't nothing like that time.
This can of Hornets was brought to you by King Doc.
Can of these.
This can of these Hornets. Because I
we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah, don't ask me.
Hey.
Welcome to Burke's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Burke's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 303.
Hey, family, what's y'all doing? We back. I thought we were going to get a lot more participation on that because that was a fun topic.
Yes, it was. I'm still laughing.
Now,
can you repeat that, though?
Not on air.
Okay. This is funny. I done had
Good trial.
listen,
That was an awesome trial.
this has been it's hilarious. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I ain't
This
laughing
man
like
over here
this.
choked up and stuttering and stammering. And I don't know what's going on with him. I don't have a problem saying anything
Right.
I've done to anybody because it's who I am. It's the truth.
Right.
I mean, but it's like if she don't ask, then why would I bring it up? I don't see the need to talk about it.
Has a woman previous before your relationship, or whatever, has a woman ever asked you, is she the best you've ever had?
No.
They've never asked you.
I've never had a woman ask me that.
Yeah.
I have, and I had to lie. because listen, it wasn't that it wasn't that it wasn't enjoyable.
Right.
It's just
It wasn't
when
the
you
best.
when you pose that question, the one that I was speaking of at that moment, the bar the bar was set so high. If you had the pole vault over it, you would still get clothesline.
I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie simply because I would think that if I didn't lie, she would ask me questions on what made her better than her.
Right.
And I would tell.
I would think that she would be
So
looking for
those
room
don't do that.
for things to improve, and I would enjoy her trying to improve. But
I mean, I don't. If you asked,
if she wasn't the best that I
if that
had
was
had.
asked to me, like, well, what made her better? I would just be like, listen. Okay, listen. There's Bill Russell with 11 rings, and then there's you. You like King James? You got 3. You got 3. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
I can only speak for me.
I'm
I've
sorry.
never had bad sex. I don't understand that concept. I never have. I'm not saying that people don't. I'm just saying personally, I haven't. I don't understand that concept.
I'm not going down to that.
My whole thing when it comes to my female is,
this has been
I
fun.
want to be into her, and I don't mean physically. I mean, I want to be mentally into her, and I think that if I'm mentally into her, the sex gonna be good simply because I'm mentally into her.
Right.
I realize that I'm an anomaly. I didn't realize it initially, but I am an anomaly in that I want to be with one woman. I want one woman, and I want to be with her. I'd rather be with my one woman 1,000,000 times than to be with 1,000,000 women. That's how I think, and I didn't realize how uncommon that is.
I think that
I
that as we gotten older, as like you said, when King Lundy said that we mature as we get older, right? I've now found myself being more of a, and y'all can correct me because I'm not sure which way people like to say it. I'm more of a sapio or sapiosexual. The mind, I'm more attracted to the mind frame because you can look good as all outdoors and open your mouth and say something stupid, and I can't physically want to touch you because what if you accidentally make a baby with this stupid person?
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
it's a whole package thing for me. I need her to be all that. But that's my mindset.
Yeah.
Again, the anomaly thing, I've always been like that. I've always wanted just that one woman to be crazy about. I'm not going to say I've never done things outside of her. I was cheated on, and I retaliated by cheating, and it didn't do anything. It didn't make me feel vindicated. It made me feel horrible as a person because I felt like I allowed somebody to take me out of my character. You do some shit I wouldn't normally do.
You did what you despised.
Exactly.
Was that your earlier part of life? Yeah.
Yes.
Because when you are in that early stages of life, I mean, you're gonna go through a revolving door.
Yeah.
I mean, because you are not married, you're single, you're dating, you're having fun, big fun. You know, in some instances, absolutely. So as you begin to wind down in life and start to taking the serious roles in life, then you'll see, you know, somebody's going to come along that's going to pretty much knock your boots off. And then what do?
Smile.
Absolutely.
Smile, be happy, and love her move.
Yeah, that's like for me now. I like I said, man, I've been with numerous women, but here's my thing. There was fun, then there was ones that I really wanted something with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And even as recently as my last breakup, I really wanted something with her, but she deemed what happened unfixable, even though what started it all was what she did. But I was the person being blamed for everything. It was, and it was like that. But, and you try to fix it, but it doesn't happen. And there's always the what ifs, what could have been.
Right.
I think that a relationship should be more than one mistake.
Are you in a relationship now?
Huh?
Are you in a relationship now?
I have I have a friend that I'm very interested in.
Did you see his face at
I did.
That was funny.
I said because I don't
I hope
want.
she's not watching.
Even if she is, but she understand. She would understand this right here. Look, I'm not, because she has an ex too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And she's with that ex for a long period of time. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm not expecting her to want to be in a relationship. Like, I'm not just gonna jump into another relationship. But interested, yeah, conversation, yeah, we have that. You know what I'm saying? It's not all the time. It's on the up and up, but the conversation is good, and I like the conversation. Thing is, again, it's a mind thing right now, because my last one, she was thicker than cold grits, but that mind frame.
Yeah.
That mentality, what you did and how it snowed.
Yeah.
I can't with you. How what you started snowball, it just rolled down the hill.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it was me who was painted to be the worst person.
Right.
I'm not sure what planet you're from,
Yeah.
but on Earth, if you're born with a penis, 9 times out of 10, you the one who wrong. I mean, that's just the way women see it. I'm not saying that that's the truth.
Yeah.
Right. From my point of view, from my perspective, no matter what's going on, the woman is going to think she's right. And I'm the kind who I ain't finna argue with nobody about nothing.
Thanks.
I'm more concentrating on fixing the problem than who's to blame for the problem.
Yeah.
What's the problem? If you want to say it's my fault, okay, I'm cool with that.
Right.
Now, how do we fix it? All that other stuff don't. My fault, your fault. Who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
How we fix it? How we get it right?
Every relationship has what we call in need of maintenance.
Yeah.
That means that
get a mechanic.
Well, you are the mechanic in the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Don't lie.
Every time that relationship malfunction, it needs maintenance. And if both of you all are in agreement with that same maintenance, then any relationship can be fixed or salvaged.
I feel you on that.
Unless you just do not want it anymore.
And that's the thing. Right. What a person says when you say, okay, I look at it in the totality of a situation. Right. I was wrong for what I did.
Right.
You were wrong for what you did.
Right.
Right? One mistake shouldn't be the end all all in your relationship. If there's love there and you say that there's love there, like you say I love you, and you say you love me, then let's work to fix it instead of saying that it's unfixable. Yeah. Because in the situation that happened, particular, it was a lie, was told. I got caught up on something. Right. You know what I'm saying? You started the lie. Right. The lie kept going. Right? And when the lie finished, when the lie ended, when the lie finished, I was the liar. I was the cheater. I was the this. I was the that. Even though you started the lie. Now, whether the cheating be emotional or physical, right, it's wrong, right? But deception is just as wrong as cheating. Right. It's the same thing. A lie is a lie is a lie. Right. And if you can't accept that in life, because again, the truth has no room for a lie, but the lie always has room for truth.
Right.
I don't believe in perfection when it comes to a relationship, but Jody and Angie, I got to give them props for their relationship. Now, of course, I'm on the outside looking in.
Right.
But they keep everybody out their business when it comes to disagreements.
Right.
So it always looks like they don't disagree. Everybody knows that everybody disagrees at times.
Absolutely.
But they keep their business between the two of them. You're never going to come at Angie talking about Jody. It just ain't gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This Angela Smith.
Okay.
Gorham.
Right.
You're not gonna come at Angie talking about Jody. She's not gonna happen.
Absolutely.
You ain't gonna come at Jody talking about Angie. He ain't finna hear it. He might lump you up. But to me, that is how a relationship is. That is a great relationship. At least, like I say, from the outside looking in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that kind of stuff, and they have fun together. Right. You know, I mean, to me, a lot of relationships end when the fun stops because people, when you stop wanting to go home, you won't.
Most people,
that's
most
true.
people forget. Most people forget how to actually date each other. Though.
Yeah.
They forget how to date each other for real. Like, you start off dating and you're having fun, then once they done got married, a lot of people don't do the same thing. They don't, you know,
because
becomes,
they say this happened, bills came, or something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Them same bills you had before you got in, you got when you was in it, but you still gotta have fun.
Right.
Exactly.
Alphonse, prime example, okay? Alphonse just said to Artie, Artie is one of my good friends, Alphonse's brother, now he one of my good friends. But Alphonse just said, Artie, where your fat ass at? That's something you can say to your brother that nobody else can say. So Biden, he can't talk that nonsense to us that one of us could because he just ain't there. So you know what I'm saying? But that's a good example.
Man,
I don't believe I just snorted. I'm
Yeah,
laughing
you
so hard at
did.
y'all.
I'm just-
Y'all done had me cracking up today.
Man, listen, I done had
if you
fun
can hear
with
the
this
off
last
the air
segment.
conversation too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. These guys are hilarious.
Man, this has been a hilarious conversation. I just that
We started off by
can't believe-
asking, and the question was, would you want to know how many people your significant other was intimate with before you got together?
Right.
Like maybe you two swap lists or something to that effect. Or they ask you, and you give it to them, would you ask them? My response was, hell no, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I tell her whatever she want to know about anything she want to know about, anything she asks me, and I might have to think about it to give her the correct response because a lot of shit I done I forgot. So I mean, I'm just being real. I mean,
Lord.
hey, bro, I was in the military 20 years. I've been all over the world. I ain't saying I done something with all them people because a majority of the time I was married.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I will say that, you know, I mean, I started very young. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. So
you just out here plotting it up early, just.
T.I. is what it T.I. is.
When you, I said earlier, when you're young and you having fun, and
I have
just-
had so much fun with this conversation.
that's
right
the
now.
best time to have fun when you're young and you can
To
have fun.
me, some of the best
I don't wanna
women that I've been with wasn't necessarily a sexual thing. I was so much into her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when like now the lady I'm with now,
Right.
when I look at her, my chest beats fast. You know, my mouth waters and stuff. It's like just when my family picks at me, because when my family says her name,
Right.
I start smiling and blushing and stuff. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
I like
understandable.
that.
Yeah.
I'm sappy
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it. I can live with that.
Right.
But I love this woman.
Right.
So, you know, being around
nothing
her or
wrong
whatever.
with that.
Nothing.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with
that,
what's
brother.
off about that.
Right.
But I'm just gonna go on record. At one point, I had this one time. I was known as Mr. 25 at one time, 50 in one day.
25 at one
I
time,
was
50
Mr.
at one
20.
day.
I
ain't
was
mad at
Mr.
you.
25 at one time, 50 in one day.
I ain't mad at you.
Don't go there, because I did do that. I'm not a swinger. That's not what happened. That is not what happened. I will not be a part of the swingers club. That is not
You
happening.
said that. I didn't say that.
But you said you told us some 25 one time, 50 in one day.
Don't say
No,
that.
you.
That's what you said.
But that
Your
but
car-
it has
your
a
car-
meaning. It
your
has
car's
a meaning that I
parked
will
on
not
Fulton
say.
Industrial, is it?
Wait a minute. Did you just say on Fulton Industrial? What are you? Are you declaring that I might have been the one on the stroll?
Oh, check this out, right? So I had came home, right, and my nephews, my nephew Reggie and Warren, my best friends, right? Well, two of my best friends. So
Yeah.
I came home and we finna go out this and the other. So we driving downtown. We ain't finna go to a little reggae spot, but we going downtown, and I see all these women walking down. So I'm like, pull up over there.
Yeah.
So Shorty come up to the car. I'm like, hey, little sister, what is there a club or something right here? Why are these women? She said, this the host road. I like, my bad. I'm finna go. You know, hey, enjoy your day. I want that shit.
Man,
I
I done seen some really strange things in life when it comes to that, and I'm just gonna leave it at. I used to work in an adult store.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah. I still quite. Jeez.
Alphonse said, that's why I said it, because I felt what you were saying. Okay, cool. You talking about what you said about Artie.
Right.
And then he says, my wife has kids prior to me. I can't get mad at the father of her kids, and I know they had sex.
Right.
I feel you on that. I'm not saying that you should. However, if you see him trying to flirt with her, you can't tell me that wouldn't piss you off. Well, I guess you could. But it would piss me off to the umpteenth level. If somebody was to flirt with and especially an ex. If anybody flirted with my woman in front of me, it's gonna piss me off.
Right.
But an ex, because an ex knows about me. He knows, who I am, and
That's different.
You gotta catch these balls. You got, hey, we gotta go. We gotta go.
We
Man, I
gotta get
swear
out of
these
here.
need to be longer.
Time is
These need
going
to-
so fast
Yeah,
these days now.
Well,
Felix cheating us.
one of
We gotta
these-
start at like
one of
6:28
these
and a half or
days, man,
something.
I'm telling you.
We need some more minutes.
Listen, one of these days, man, it's coming soon. I'm declaring it and decreeing it, man. We're gonna have this podcast. We're gonna continue it right onto the radio station right after we finish
Absolutely.
it. Talk for a couple more
Bro,
hours.
I want us to go ahead and get this TV spot
That's
so
what
we
I'm
can
saying.
get a phone and have people calling in and we could talk to y'all, like talk.
But you know how
Absolutely.
Ricky Smiles gonna do?
Yeah.
They'll do it. Then they had a podcast right after the show that continues on right
Yeah.
afterwards too.
Well, Alphonse just said he better not. I carry a pistol. I do too, bro. 45 on my hip at all times.
Oh, Lord.
But you disagreeing with me. See, we here. Now, when I say it, I'm crazy. But we here. I feel you on that. Come in, talk crazy to my woman you want to.
Yeah, I
Hey,
say it all. It kind of.
Bruh, it is what it is.
That's what it is.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
And my woman, she always, she's dainty. She's that woman. She's real feminine. But I can't imagine no heifer coming up trying to flirt with me while she there. Shit, I can't see it.
Absolutely.
Well,
This is
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Good night.
I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, 25 at one day.
Jay, man, come
25
on,
at a
man.
time,
This is
50 in a
25
day.
at one time, 50 in one day. But that has nothing to do. It's not what you. I'll tell you that after the air.
You said that, bro.
I'll tell you after we get off there.
Hey, fans and supporters, we're going to get ready to close the show now. But just remember, we definitely need your support here at Talk Show Kings. So feel free, anytime, Cash App us at $TB1061. Your support is needed, and most importantly, it is appreciated. I'm King Lundy. I want to say hello, a shout out to my mother, Geneva Lundy, also to Natalie, my beautiful one. I love you. I look forward to speaking with you soon. And to the many fans and supporters, thank you for tuning in to Talk Show Kings.
I want to give a shout out to baby girl. You know who you are. You know I love you with all my heart. And I want to give a shout out to my mother, who I got all my silly from, to my father, who I got my responsibility from, and to all of my friends and family. To you military cats, happy Memorial Day. Go out there and get you something free, get you a free meal from somewhere, because they're giving it to us. So, why and enjoy it. I'm just saying, hey, why not? And always the seriousness of the suicide issue in the military. I love y'all too much for you to hurt yourself, so watch your battle buddies and look out for each other, all right? If you need to holler, then hit me on the inbox or something. I'll talk to you. Hey, much love.
And me, man, I just want to give a shout out to all my friends and family, you know what I'm saying? All the followers out there that are watching us, tuning in, helping us grow. We appreciate you guys from the bottom of our hearts. I want to give a shout out to my kids, Maya, Taj, and Serenity. And I also want to say, what's up, Buttercorn?
Did you give a shout out to the 25 or the 50?
I cannot.
I just asked the question.
No, I did not. No, I do not give a shout out to Mr. 25 at one time and 50 in one day. You know what?
No, I'm not talking about to the Mr. I'm talking about to the 25 at the one time.
No,
to the 50
I do
at
not
one...
give a shout out to.
Take us home, dog.
Man,
Hey, we got to go.
Hornets,
Thank
man.
y'all for tuning in. Let us know what you think about the show. Things we can improve. Topics that you want to discuss.
Yeah,
We're just trying to
definitely.
lighten up and have a little fun
Input,
today.
man. Bring it
we'll
to
holler at you, all right?
All right, man.
Talk
Love
Show
y'all,
Kings.
man.
Peace.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.